Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara and I like mascara. I talk about all things makeup, low buy, no buy, and how to get really happy with your makeup collection. That is what I'm all about. In the spirit of that, today's video is all about my current relationship to my makeup collection. I film these videos once a quarter, 4 times a year, and when I started filming them, they were kind of a check-in how I'm doing with my makeup low buy, if I brought anything new into my collection, if I want to just give up on the low buy and just start buying a ton of makeup, that kind of thing. But now it's more just, I guess, updating you on how I'm feeling about makeup. Because I do bring makeup into my collection, but generally these are not items I purchase. These are things that I get secondhand or that friends declutter to me. So yeah, today I'm just going to be talking about the past couple months, how I've been feeling towards makeup and my makeup collection, any changes that I've made, and any upcoming changes that I am planning. So let's just get into it. My hair was literally stuck on my necklace and you guys didn't say anything. Very rude. I've got some seasonal decor here today. Some little cute pumpkins and a squash. I know people love decorating for fall. I love it in theory. However, I don't decorate at all. We just do not have space for any kind of decorations. But I love having just a couple of cute things. My friend actually gave these to me. I got COVID finally, and so she delivered a little present. But anyways, let's talk about my makeup consumption, makeup usage over the past couple months. I wrote up a lot of notes. I have a lot to say. I feel like, not that there's been a lot of changes, but I just wanted to make sure that this was a comprehensive roundup kind of video. So first of all, I always like to talk about how my makeup collection has changed. In the last update, that was a significant portion of the video because I had actually brought in a ton of new makeup. Shauna and I had done kind of a mutual declutter makeup trade thing, and I brought a lot of new makeup into my collection. A lot, that's kind of relative. I think probably about 10 new products, which is a lot to me. And I also brought 4 new palettes into my collection, all of which I'm really, really happy about. Well, actually one of them I don't reach for. Because I was so excited about the other 3. But yeah, I did bring quite a few new things into my makeup collection, and that is not the case this time. I don't have any new makeup products, and I hadn't consciously registered that that was the case. I guess because I wasn't feeling like I needed anything new, and so it just wasn't really top of mind. But yeah, nothing new to show today, which I am happy about, because in the previous video I said I don't think I'm going to be getting anything else new this year, and so far that has proven to be a true statement. Sometimes when I say what my expectations are for the next couple months, they are completely inaccurate. Of course, that could change in the next couple months. But yeah, last time I brought in makeup, hair stuff, Lush stuff, so lots of new things. Looking at the next couple months, I will need to get some new skincare because I'm actually on my last moisturizer, like face moisturizer. The Ordinary has a sale every year in November. I'm not going to run out before then, so I figure I'll just wait until November and then pick up the things I need. Right now, I'm only planning to get a refill of the moisturizer, just like the basic moisturizer, and also the sunscreen. It has a really severe white cast, but I find it's a nice contrast to my Supergoop sunscreen because that one is extremely oily and the Ordinary one is extremely matte. So when I have a no makeup day, sometimes I prefer to reach for the matte one so that I'm not just like a ball of oil. It's fine when I'm wearing makeup because then I can put powder on, you know, but if I'm not wearing any makeup, obviously that shine just stays there all day. So anyways, I'm just planning to get a couple products at The Ordinary. That's it for skincare. There are a couple of things that I might get for makeup in the next little while. These aren't things that I need. I don't feel like I need anything yet. I'm not running out of foundation or concealer or mascara anytime soon. But the things that I want include a green eyeshadow, a very specific shade. I think I've talked about this before. I haven't determined where or if I would get that yet. A liquid liner. All of my liquid liners I either used up or they dried out. And I have a lot of eyeliner that's, that's not a problem. It's just kind of like the ease of use with the liquid liner. It's a little bit different. So kind of thinking about getting one. And lastly, a brown lip liner. As you know, if you watch any of my videos, there are certain colors that I do not like on the lips, most notably pink. I know that pink lips were very popular in the summer, like a bright pink lip. I'm not into that. I'm not into orange lips. But as it has turned to fall and people are talking about kind of the 90s lip look or more like neutral or brown lips, that's a look that I can get into. You can see today I'm wearing a NYX matte liquid lipstick. This is one of my favorites, and this is kind of browny colored, but I don't have any lip liners that are brown. My favorite brand for lip liner is NYX. I have quite a few of theirs, and Kelly Gooch has also recently gotten onto the NYX lip liner bandwagon. I know one of the colors we both have, but she's also talked about this color called Nutmeg, which I am a little bit intrigued by. That's a small purchase. I think it's just like $5 to $10. With all of these things, it's not necessarily the cost. It's more like, do I need this? I have so many lip products. I have so many eyeliners. Do I need something new? No, but I might get something. This is a low buy, keep in mind. So, getting 3 new items is not like a huge deal. These are just things I'm thinking about, talking through. What do you guys think? I would love to hear if, you want to encourage me to get these or try to not buy anything until the end of the year. I haven't really decided either way. Another reason, on top of, the fact that I brought in so many things, so many new makeup items in the summer, another reason that I haven't brought in anything new is Buns has been a disaster lately. Buns is a trading app, which is where I got some of the decluttered to me makeup. And you know what? That reminds me, I did get a couple of things. Okay, be right back. So yeah, I use Buns a lot. It's a great resource for getting rid of things you no longer need or finding new things that are secondhand. But unfortunately, the app just underwent this like huge update change. The whole thing is different now, and so many of the features don't work. Like before, they announced that the update was coming and all of the things that would be changing, and everyone was like, no, don't do that. That sounds terrible. And it's even worse than anticipated. So I haven't been able to do a Buns trade for a while. But the last Buns trade I did before the collapse of Buns was for maybe like 6 or 7 clothing items of mine, and in return I got this brand new bodysuit. I haven't actually worn it yet, from Forever 21. It's a little small. And then a shampoo bar, a soap, and these 3 cute little Milk makeup products. This one I don't think had been used before. These 2 definitely had, but I obviously like took off the top and everything, and they are quite new. I can tell because they do not smell at all, and Milk products smell quite quickly in my experience, but these are just so cute and I think that they'll get used up fairly quickly, at least these 2. I'm really enjoying them. I don't know if they make any difference. I really don't, but this is basically like an all over serum. Look how little is left. That's mostly because of me, and I've only had it for a few weeks. This is the Watermelon Brightening Serum. Is it brightening? My skin has been a little bit better lately, but I think that's for other reasons, which I will get into later in this video. And this is the Cooling Water. I think you're supposed to put this in the fridge before you use it, but honestly, if it was in the fridge, I would never remember to use it during my morning skincare. I already forget to use these half the time, and they're right there in my bathroom. And then this is a Lip and Glimmer Glow Oil Lip and Cheek. I don't know why that was so hard to say. This is fine. Not as excited about it as these other 2, but yeah, I love this little set. So those are all of the like big changes to my collection. Obviously, I have been getting through some products. I have decluttered some products, and if you're curious about those, you can watch my other videos because I do talk frequently about my declutters and empties. I will link my last declutter and empties video here. So much of the last video I spent talking about these samples I was trying to finish off, and thank God I finished those samples. Yeah, I just really wanted those out of my collection. There have been a lot of changes to my wardrobe, to my clothing lately. That has kind of been getting me a bit more excited than makeup, actually. I think just because, life has kind of picked up again, and I'm like out and about a lot of the time. Because I think before, Like the whole time I've been making YouTube videos about my no buy, low buy pretty much has been during COVID. And so I was doing makeup all the time. I didn't really care. It wasn't for anyone else, but I was still doing it a lot. But I wouldn't necessarily like play with my self-expression through fashion, because if you're home all the time, like you just want to be comfortable. But with my face, like I didn't see it as the same way. Like a lot of the time my hair would not have been washed for a few days. I would have a full face on of makeup and just like a complete sweatpant fit. Do you know what I'm saying? But now I'm getting to like enjoy clothing again. So I've been bringing in a lot of new stuff through clothing, but not necessarily through makeup. Shauna has actually been doing a ton of fashion content that I've been loving lately. I find her stuff so fun. I'm not planning to branch into fashion related content, but if you're interested, go watch her videos, because I feel like in some ways we have very similar style, and a lot of the outfits that she shows I would wear or I am inspired by. So definitely check out her series. And then lastly, in terms of changes to my makeup collection, I am super curious to see how my overall makeup collection has changed since last year. At the end of 2021, I did 2 videos showing my whole makeup collection, like literally walking you through every single item, every product. That was the first time I had done it after people have been asking for years. And I am planning to do that again this year, probably 2 videos again, just because it'll take so long. But I'm really looking forward to that and seeing how my numbers have changed and just overall like the changes in my collection, if I can notice any differences, like, oh, fewer cream products this year, or if my blush collection has gone down significantly. I don't know. I'm curious to see that. So, you know, in a month or 2 is when you'll be seeing that. But I know you're probably curious. I am also very curious, because I don't check in with my makeup collection on a regular basis. It's just that once a year thing that I'm planning to do. Okay, let's talk about what else has gone on in makeup news in my life lately. So this is like very, very recent, but as I said, COVID finally did catch up with me. I had a wedding and yeah. Anyways, I got sick and I didn't wear makeup for 7 days. Today is my first time wearing makeup. It's a Wednesday right now. It's my first time wearing makeup since last Tuesday. I filmed last Tuesday. And honestly, it was a really interesting experience. The first couple days, I didn't like it. I found it annoying. But then by the end, I was really enjoying it. And putting on makeup this morning was kind of weird, like fun. I had a great time. I took more time than I usually do to put on makeup, but it was weird. It almost felt like, this is going to sound dramatic, but like rewiring your brain, because you're getting used to what your appearance looks like barefaced rather than with makeup on. I'm usually not a fan of my skin without makeup. I don't have terrible skin by any means, but you know, I don't think that it looks great without makeup. And by the end of the 7 days, I was just like used to it. And you know how I mentioned the sunscreen that I usually use is like super greasy? I don't know if this was like, again, just like getting used to the oiliness of my skin, but my skin didn't seem as oily by the end of those 7 days. Usually when I have no makeup on and just that sunscreen, my skin is just like I'm just like not comfortable, but it didn't feel that way on the 6th and 7th day. It was just my skin. So I think it was a good exercise. I don't think I will be doing it again anytime soon, because when am I ever gonna have, not that I have to wear makeup, but I like to. I enjoy wearing makeup. I enjoy putting on makeup. So when am I ever going to have a period of time, 7 days long, where I have nothing on, where I'm not seeing friends, where I have no social activities or events I'm going to? Like, it's just not going to happen again. It might be an interesting exercise to do for like 3 days in a row, but I'm glad I did it, because I couldn't tell you the last time I went 7 days without makeup. Like, it might have been years, like well over 5 years. I don't know. I'd be curious to hear what the longest stretch of time you guys went without wearing makeup was. Was it when you were sick? And how did it make you feel? Yeah, because I kind of liked it. It was a good experience. I generally have 1 or 2 days a week where I don't wear makeup. So it's not like I'd never seen myself without makeup, but I just adjusted to it a lot more. And I think my skin might have even improved. I wish I had taken like before and after pictures at the beginning of the week, but of course I had no way of knowing at the very beginning that it was going to be 7 days before I wore makeup again, because on the very first day I didn't know that I had COVID and I would be sick. Anyway, so I did take a video this morning before I put makeup on for the first time, and you can see like I have no active breakouts. It's just like redness and scarring of my skin, and I think it's the best that my skin has looked in quite a while. So I'd be curious to see if tomorrow and the next couple days, if my skin looks worse and if it's, you know, makeup that's making my skin break out. Yeah, I'll have to report back. Looking ahead to my makeup usage, I do have something big coming up which will really change how I wear makeup for about 2.5 weeks. I am going on a trip. Yeah. I'm going to Turkey. My partner is Turkish. He was born there and he lived there for the first 12 years of his life. And he goes back every couple of years. He still has family there. And we've always wanted to go to Turkey together, you know, so he could show it to me. And he hasn't been all over the country, so we wanted to see some specific places. So this trip has been kind of like loosely in the works for a while, but it's finally happening. We are going for a few weeks in November, so I am pre-filming a bunch of content now. But what that means, obviously, for makeup purposes, is that I will be working within a, you know, fairly small bag of makeup for 2.5 weeks, and I won't have access to my other makeup products. So, you know, I'm curious what that will be like, because obviously, like, I haven't gone anywhere during COVID. I did have one other trip booked, but it was canceled. So I haven't had to constrain myself to a small makeup bag in that way for a while. I did a challenge in the spring that was like minimalist makeup bag, where I could only reach for a certain set of products for 30 days straight. So I did kind of set rules like that for myself, but you know, a couple times within that period I reached for other makeup, but now I really won't be able to do that. So it'll be interesting to see what that's like. I haven't decided if I'm going to be taking like my project pan items to try to get those used up, or if that's just kind of cruel and I should allow myself to bring the products I actually want to use on a trip, because, you know, it's exciting and I should be bringing my favorites. What would you guys do? Let me know down below. I will have to decide that in the next little while. I will probably do some kind of like pack with me makeup travel bag, but if you have any specific requests for videos, do let me know. I will also probably do a vlog. I've only done one vlog before, my birthday weekend when my friends came to visit, which was super fun. Did not get views, but I was like, whatever, I'm doing it for the memes. So I'm gonna do that again, but I'm interested to see my reflections on that experience with makeup as well. If any of you guys have been to Turkey before, or if you're from Turkey, let me know. I know I have a very small contingent of people from Turkey who watch me or whose roots are Turkish. So yeah, I'd be super curious to know. I'm very excited. I'll probably be taking a bit of a break on my makeup Instagram, but feel free to follow me on my personal Instagram below. That is always linked, because I will be posting travel pictures, of course. Okay, there's one more big sort of umbrella thing that I want to address in this video, and that's basically like my relationship to makeup and YouTube and how that has evolved in the past little while. The main thing, this is kind of like a season specific thing, is I'm really feeling a push to finish stuff right now. I have a ton of items, well, maybe not a ton, but a bunch of items that are fairly close to being done. I have a graveyard project pan, which is going to be wrapping up at the end of October. I have a regular project pan, and then I have a separate series, which is like overall products that I want to finish up this year. And because we're sort of getting to the end of the year, there's just a couple months left, I'm really feeling that push to finish stuff up, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm ready to be done with. I'm ready to kind of start fresh in 2022, start planning the things that I want to finish in 2020. Did I say 2022? 2023. There's stuff that I just, you know, I've had them for a while. I've had them in my projects all year, and I just want to get them out. So I'm feeling a real push, like in a positive way, not in a like, ugh, this is so annoying, you know, I wish I didn't have to do this. Just like a positive feeling of wanting to get stuff out, really feeling motivated. At the same time, it has occurred to me recently that a lot of the reason that I project pan stuff is because they are so old and I just want them out of my collection. And I've been wondering if when I finally finish off all of the like older products in my collection, all the things that I had from way before my no-buy, all the things that are expired, like once I get them all out, will I still want to project pan to the degree that I am currently? Will I be as motivated to finish off something, you know, let's say like this that I just acquired recently? Will I be as motivated to get this out of my collection if it's not super old? Like, won't I want to keep stuff for as long as possible? Because I see that I react that way to products that are my favorites and that I have acquired more recently. I see myself like kind of wanting to hoard them, even though I have worked against that mindset. And, you know, that's what my whole no buy, low buy makeup curation thing has been about, having a healthier relationship with my makeup. But I'm just worried that I won't be able to switch my mindset once I get all the old things out of my collection, because I always want to be project panning. You know, if not for YouTube, then just mentally, I want to always be trying to rotate older stuff out of my collection, because that makes sense. You know, you want to finish all of your products. That should be the end goal. So it could be good for me to next year try to project pan some items that aren't that old and that I really do love, because historically I have not done that. Like I haven't put favorites in my projects, and where I have not been very good at, you know, actually using them and finishing them off. So I think I should try to push myself to do that a bit more. Because I think now part of the reason I'm motivated to pan is the knowledge that my collection will improve when I finish that thing. Like, I will have a better makeup collection if I have this old, cheap, broken product out of it. And if I start panning my favorite products, things that are like more expensive, this is not a good way of thinking about it at all, but like I know that subconsciously this is how I think about products. If I start finishing off my newer favorite expensive products, then every time that I finish off something like that, my collection will decrease in quality or something like that. So yeah, that's just kind of something that I've been thinking through. And essentially it boils down to a worry that I am running out of products that I would want to pan. And like, what happens come 2023 when I'm like, okay, time to put together a list of items I want to project pan, and I can't find 10 things that I actually want to leave my collection because I'm so happy with my collection, which is dumb, because like that's the end goal. The end goal is to be happy with my collection. So I shouldn't be thinking of that as a negative thing that will create problems. Anyways, I'm just rambling now at this point, but does that make sense to you? Like, let me know if you resonate with that at all, because I know the notion of not wanting to finish off your best products, like that's pretty universal, but I'm really like getting down into the weeds with this way of thinking. But yeah, that is it for this update. Please let me know what you thought. As always, I'm very curious to hear your thoughts and what you think of my collection and my relationship to makeup, because it's obviously definitely improved, but there are still some things I need to work on, as you can see. But now let's talk about a book that I've been reading lately. So I actually just made a library run. Look at all these gorgeous books. Hopefully I'll get to talk to you about some of them. This one I was already reading. This one I had on hold and it just came in. And then these two I happened to get. They're both very popular and the library happened to have them. I just grabbed them from the new book section. But let's talk about Mexican Gothic, because this one, very popular. Very, very popular. I want to say like 2 winters ago. So this is by Silvia Moreno Garcia. It is that perfect vibe of like the Victorian Gothic, dark, chilly mansion house kind of feels that I was talking about in my previous video. I was like, I just want to read some creepy mysteries. This is exactly what I was hoping for, which is why I'm reading it now. This was ready for me at the library a while ago, but I just decided I had to read it in the fall. Basically, it follows this young woman whose name is Noemi, and she has a cousin who has recently gotten married and has written to her family saying that something's going on. She is ill. She's not really making much sense in the letter, but Noemi goes to stay with her, and basically the family that her cousin has married into is very creepy. There's something weird going on. People in the village say that they're cursed. They live in this old, like, gothic, rundown mansion that was in its heyday back maybe 100 years ago or something, but has since fallen into disrepair. And this takes place, well, the main character is from Mexico City, so it's in Mexico, but the family with whom she is staying seems to be English, like they are from England. They came over many years ago, but they are all about eugenics. They make some very pointed comments about the main character, and it's like thinly veiled racism. They literally have textbooks about eugenics, so you get some weird vibes right off the bat. And I think something about the curse probably has to do with that. I don't really know. I'm about a third of the way in now. This is not as enthralling as I was hoping. Like, it was just so popular that I had very high expectations. Again, I'm only a third of the way in, so I'm sure at some point it will become unputdownable. But yeah, it is, if you're looking for this kind of fall book, I think you will still very much enjoy it just because of the atmosphere. So this is Mexican Gothic. But that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will talk to you all next week. Bye, everyone.